you need to understand that stress, as most people in the business world will tell you, is not a bad thing. Everyone who owns a business wants you to be stressed out of your head because, the more stressed you are, the more you'll perform. And so they tell you that stress is a wonderful thing. In an interesting way, stress is a wonderful thing. And I think the most important definition to start with is what is stress. Stress, I'll explain first from a biological point of view how the human machine works. And the human machine is very straightforward. If there is a threat represented in front of me, a tiger shows up, my amygdala starts the whole idea, just catches up that there is a threat before I even think about it, initiates a cocktail of hormones in my body. Don't worry about what they are, but they eventually end up with the infamous cortisol. And once you have cortisol in your body, cortisol is literally like the turbocharger. Any car fans here? None? Oh my God. All right, guys, nice to meet you. Right, so basically you have those cars where you inject a lot of oxygen into the engine, and then basically the power of the car increases. That is cortisol. Cortisol tells your body that you have a threat in front of you, so it reconfigures the machine, literally reconfigures the machine. Redirects calories to the right places, stops your digestive system, stops your kidneys, stops your liver from doing their normal function, but dilates your pupils so that you can see better, gets you more focused, directs more glucose to your brain so that you can think faster, sends a lot of your energy to your muscles so you can run away or fight the danger. Massively impressive when you think about it. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. If there is a threat in front of you, this is the absolute best survival mechanism we have as humans. The problem is, when people talk about stress, they talk about this stress cycle. It's the cycle that stresses you. They never talk about what is known as the negative feedback loop. And the negative feedback loop is basically quite interesting because you are stressed before you start thinking. Do you realize that? So if someone shows up behind you and says, boo, you don't think first if this is a tiger or a human, you just jump. You're stressed first because it is an emergency response. And then the negative feedback loop, basically, once cortisol is flooding your system, you start to engage your prefrontal cortex, your rational brain, if you want, to assess if there is actually a reason to be stressed at all. And what happens is, most of the time, if there is no more tiger, your prefrontal cortex will make an executive decision, and the executive decision is no more threat, calm down. And that's what you see gazelles and antelope doing in nature. The tiger is chasing them, and then they shake, and then they calm down, no more stress. The problem with our modern world is that stresses are not in the form of tigers anymore. So a tiger shows up, your entire system screams, we're going to die. Your boss shows up, we're going to die. Your boyfriend says something annoying, we're going to die. You didn't sit in the right seat that you wanted to sit in the theater, we're going to die. And suddenly, everything becomes a constant state of mental stress, where when your prefrontal cortex engages, it says, yeah, I'm still not in the right seat, we're going to die. And so you still stress over and over and over, sometimes for years, sometimes for a lifetime.